Usually when you play Total War Warhammer 3, you conquer a lot. However, we have many factions that play way differently, and I mean of course Golk, the Ogre, I won't say his full name. We have unique contract mechanic, which allows us to take a contract, teleport to the location and complete it, which means we can play without any settlement. And the unique mechanic of Ogres, setting up a camp, will only reinforce this playstyle. So here we are, in the cold and mysterious mountains, Cliffs of Death province. Usually Golk starts in way different position in the Empire, but thanks to the Warhammer universe magic, we are in different position, and we are abandoning that one settlement we have. It is time also to pick up some contracts, and I think I will go for the Tasked Sons, so the Orcs, simply because they give us way more meat and way more cash. And that's how we also ended up in this position. That's our first battle. And let's see those ogres with cannons in action. That's one of my favorite units in ogre roster, which I'll try to go for. The battle, to be honest, was really easy. They didn't stand a chance. There is really nothing to show here. And now we can just finish them off and complete the contract. But now we have some problems, far sooner than I expected. We have only one turn left, so we cannot attack their settlement. We can only hope they will attack us. That's why I am in the march stance right next to them, to bait them to attack us. We can also make some offers to the Great Maw to boost our armies. Fortunately for us, they attacked us, and even more fortunately for us, we have Pyrrhic victory. I will take that. There's no chance I will win that manually. But it is kinda shame that we lost all of our army. But at least we managed to complete the contract. So now we can make a peace with those ogres and take the reward. Just look at that. That's all we have left. Tell me the game has anti-player bias without telling me the game has anti-player bias. Look where Temurkan is, and look where I am. And we had exactly neutral opinion of each other. The same goes for the Chaos Dwarfs, but they at least really don't like me, and even then want far less than Temurkan wanted. In searching for the new contract I saw this. The northern provinces. Look how much meat and money they offer. So I went there, immediately attacking the first army in my sights, and the game for some reason thinks this is the Pyrrhic victory. That's almost like an insult, come on. They even lack manpower to have a proper front line. There are a lot of enemies over here. Let's see if I can catch those Skavens. Underway interception. It's something at least. Technically speaking, I don't know if this settlement is abandoned or if Skaven live there, but I see the client satisfaction, thanks to which I know that there are Skaven there. It's a bit weird, but it works for me. Look at this dude. He wants to make a peace, but I am not paying him 7k. We've got ambushed by the nasty Skaven, so let's teach them a lesson, shall we? It doesn't really matter that much if we are ambushed or not, cause ogres are usually fast. They split up their forces so we can easily rush one of their two flanks and destroy it. We have to hurry up, we have to destroy that first army that ambushed us, because they have another 3 to come at us, and we cannot afford that extra damage they can deal to us. Looks like their first army is starting to retreat, so we have to finish them off. Well, look how many reinforcements they have, and that's not even all. But it's mostly Skaven slaves, so we should be fine. Also look at that charge. From this perspective it looks absolutely glorious. Looks like we are dealing a lot of heavy damage to them, and they are all starting to crumble. And with that attack on the right flank, the battle should be won. That was indeed the last punch we had to make. They have lost a lot, but they still have 7,000 left. 7,000 Skavens, of course. And now we can finish them off. And surely we can do that with auto-resolve. Technically I should help my ally over there, but I hate sieges in this game, so I won't fight over there. And we've been ambushed again, and I will be fighting settlement garrison too, because I'm too close to the settlement itself. So the same old story, just destroy one of their two flanks, and then the whole army before the second appears. I think the first army won't be a problem, but the settlement garrison, so the second army, might be a bit stronger. We have destroyed their first army, so now we have to finish them off by destroying second. And I think my augurs have a good time, especially the spellcaster, but I am really curious why they have 3 stacks of the catapults. It's kinda annoying, but it is what it is. But in order to reach them we have to destroy the leftovers of the Skaven army. But it is a bit hard to micromanage every stack I have during that chaos of a battle. The only thing left to do is to destroy the catapults and we are done. Since we fought with the settlement garrison and army, I think it is time to attack the Kunlan. As you can see, both of their armies are heavily damaged. Let's see if we can bait them to attack us. Well, we did, and they even have some new reinforcements. But those new reinforcements will come next to us. The only thing we have to do is to wait, destroy them, and then go after the main army. They weren't even that big of a challenge. You know what I hate the most about the Skaven? The fact that you have to always chase them to end the battle. And we've got heroic victory with the minimal losses. And we actually cannot finish this contract. We have 7 turns left and 500 client satisfaction to make. Look who wants to make a peace all of a sudden. I guess when he attacked me he was searching for me in the mountains where we started and left his terrains wide open for others to attack. But we can take another contract from the western provinces, this time with even more enemies and even bigger rewards. And we can start again by beating some Tsinchans. I guess the other Tsinch faction didn't like that. Our camp was cowardly attacked by some no-name vampires. They cannot even coordinate their attack properly. They will lose instantly those 2 units of bats. And thanks to my brilliant tactics, we can now completely annihilate one of their 2 main flanks. And also a bit of our own forces. The same goes here. So now we can finish off those nasty vampires and also those Skavens. The game thinks it will be close defeat. And this time it feels like an insult. Our tactic is simple. Bombard them with a hail of cannonballs, and when they get close enough, attack them with infantry. Well, you could say that I overestimated our cannon units, but we won, somehow. We have a mission to wound a hero from the enemy army. By doing this, we will unlock the legendary hero Brack. First attempt we failed. Let's see second one. Also fail. Third one. Another fail. Maybe fourth time? 5 times is a charm, no? Okay, so one last time. Maybe we have to try another hero. Let's try those guys. You know what's funny? I am in the Cathay the whole time, and those Tsinchan armies who attacked me earlier are annoying as hell. And that battle I have to fight manually, which practically means I cannot regenerate even my own army. But at least their main army will come to the battlefield right behind us. So maybe we won't have high losses after all. To be honest, we demolished their army pretty quickly, but those spawns of Tsinch, yeah, those are even a bit maybe too strong, at least for our units. Well, we had high losses, that's sad. I really don't know what's going on here. They're even suffering a lot of attrition and yet they are here. Basically I have to fight vampires and Tsinchans instead of those dudes who I have to fight from the contract. But this time the map really favors us and our units. I mean, just look at that. And they even trying to protect themselves with their shields. They won't protect you from the cannons though. Basically their first army is gone in a matter of seconds. Let's see if we can make the same damage to the second army they have. Well, not so quiet, but still they don't have much chance. Not after we destroyed like half of their army before they even reached us. And now they're all losing discipline. At least now we didn't suffer heavy casualties. And that is super useful to have. Maybe now we can wound enemy hero and unlock the Brack. After a long time, we finally did it. We have our legendary hero with his unique skill tree, which is a bit more useless than I thought. Wei Jin, the capital of the western provinces, is under a threat. So I teleported there, and look what I see. 3 full stacks of Chaos Dwarfs. And we don't even have a full stack ourselves, because of the previous battles. And we've got attacked. Fortunately they have a lot of goblins, so not the actual Chaos Dwarfs army. We have a chance. And I think the army don't really have a good time. Look at that damage. The same we can say about their lord. Dude lost half of his health in a matter of seconds. But now we are the ones having massive problems, meaning we don't have much infantry to hold the line, and those goblin archers, let's say they are really annoying. Oh brother, they have 2 more fresh lords on the battlefield, including that one legendary lord, which I forgot his name. But even worse than me not remembering the name of that lord is our army retreating. At least we have some support from our Katayan allies. But those are really weak units and they won't do much. Maybe except tanking the damage. And even Chaos Dwarf's blunderbusses are entering the battlefield, not good. Those are the most dangerous units. Oh yeah, Zatan, that's his name. Look, we can finish him off. And... he's gone. That's good. Now the battle should be way easier. That should look really beautiful. I expected a bit more. Thanks to our spells, their army is shrinking fast. But we have to be careful, we still can lose that. Especially since they have even new reinforcements that hasn't yet arrived. Blunderbusses and bolt throwers. But I think we have it. Their frontline units have collapsed. So now we have to only finish off those ranged units and bolt throwers. Shouldn't be big of a problem. And it surely isn't. We have somehow survived that. And we are taking meat. It's super useful to us. I think I have déjà vu. That guy clearly doesn't know what he's doing. And we have to get through this all over again. The good thing is we can use our spells again. So because of that they don't stand a chance. Even though we don't have any army left. And for some reason instead of just retreating, they tried one last time. And almost got me. Those blunderbusses are really dangerous. So I had to micromanage all the time. Literally the hardest part of that battle was the end of that battle. I tried so hard to not lose our heroes. Even a brief moment of inattention could result in losing our precious heroes, or lord. But not this time. Well, we've got attacked again. I think you might actually guessed it by the size of our army. And the map that we have to fight them again. At least the reinforcements were coming from wrong side, so I could destroy them and then go after the main army. Still had to be really careful, they had ranged units too. And unfortunately we lost our spellcaster, so our faction leader and Brack had to carry out the rest of the battle. And towards the end, even the Brack himself retreated. So I thought to myself that this is the end, we lost. But for some reason, that dude didn't want to run away. 48 discipline, but he's still standing, and they have already started to retreat. After a couple of seconds, the rest of the army started retreating, so I don't know how, but we won. Of course they had to try one last time, and here we are. We finally can take some breath, we have a lot of client satisfaction, we defended Weijin, we can finish off those Chaos Dwarfs armies, and rebuild ours. Except the game thinks it is of course decisive defeat, so we have to fight this manually as well. Of course blunderbusses are the main threat over here, but other than that, the army is pretty weak and can't do much, so it was just a matter of time. The only thing we had to do is to make sure they won't destroy our spellcaster with those bolt throwers, and make sure also to finish them off, because half of the army just retreated right now. And here we are, without any Chaos Dwarfs armies. And we also know that Weijin won't get captured. Look at that army Miaoying has. Well, our allies Miaoying left the capital, so we have to defend with no army, with really poor settlement garrison, against 2 full stacks of Skaven. The plan is to surprise them with our attack from the woods and to retreat Brack as soon as possible. We cannot afford losing our spellcaster, otherwise it is instantly defeat. Let's look at this piece of art together. Nice. That looks really weird. They left like 3 or 4 stacks. Ah yes, that's because they chose to destroy our allies. And I think it is lost. Our spellcaster is retreating, we don't have any Winds of Magic anyway, and our lord cannot stand alone against this many Skavens. But at least we can retreat him. Don't ask me what's going on here in the woods, I don't know. For some reason they made one giant blob, and because of that blob we survived. They didn't destroy us. We have enough meat to make another camp, and hopefully we will survive. Or will we? We'll find out in the next part, because for sure it's going to be tough. We got some Skavens here, Warriors of Chaos, even more Skavens, who captured Weijin, unfortunately. I don't even know if we can make the contract complete, but what I do know is that we will fight in the next part. Thank you for watching, remember to leave a like and subscribe, see you later.